What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, that's tomorrow. This is today. Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episode 12, Reasonable or Shady. All right. So we get into the episode and we see Gizelle with Grace. Girl, Grace, Mama, you're gonna need a little bit more help. Okay. Gizelle, you might as well just put out some money and try to get her a private instructor because this is not gonna work. Mama can't drive worse shit right now, all right? And that's understandable. She young. She still gotta work on it, okay? Everybody not gonna pick it up like that. But they're on the Gizelle property, and what the hell is she doing to that house? Okay. Listen, it's just so everybody talking about her house or whatever and how it looks. And to me, I mean, a house is a house. If it's running water and it ain't infested with nothing, and you make it your way, fine, whatever. I'm just confused as to what is this addition that she putting onto the house, because it already look a little eye shaped, and now you putting this addition, whatever this other part to it. It just look weird. It just look weird, but a lot of Gizelle taste is a little bit weird, but that's her taste. It is what it is. But she's getting that together. She gets a call from Robin, and they're talking about the party that they're about to throw because their podcast is about to launch. Okay, Reasonably Shady. And she was going to invite all the women, including Karen and Wendy. I guess everybody is cool for right now, and just to see how everything goes to celebrate the podcast or whatever. But see, the issue is some of the girls, she still got issues with, like I said, Karen and Wendy. She was like, me and Wendy, we just, something about that is just not really there. I mean, I know we talked or whatever, but I don't really trust it. That's good for you not to trust it. You feel like she still got an issue with you because she does, okay? And you know it. And she got every reason to have an issue with you, Gizelle, okay? But then, the Karen situation, because Karen has talked mess about her house or whatever, so therefore she don't want them two to come up in the house and use the bathroom, even though the party is going to be outside because construction is still going on. She wants them to go out to like the woods or whatever. I said, bitch, now let me just tell y'all this, and you probably might be surprised. I was with Gizelle on this. As shady as it may be, as messed up as it may be, you ain't gonna talk about my stuff and I got an issue with you and you want to come in my house and use facilities. Okay, no. All right, you better pop a squat somewhere else, or you better hold it till you go home. All right, you better drive down the block and go to the gas station and do some shit. I don't care. I'm petty like that. Okay, you do some shit to me, I do some shit back. Okay, that's just how I work. But I was with Robin too. Okay, I actually agree with both of them. It's already stuff that's going on. We trying to start anew. You don't want no more drama or whatever. Granted, we might still have some issues that's overland, but you don't want it to get out that you being mean to the fact that you're not letting people use your bathroom. I mean, to be quite honest, I understand it, but I get where Robin is coming from. And when Gizelle said, Karen, she old anyway. She need them depends. I said, wait a minute, lady. You practically damn near inching up on her too. Okay, so stop it. Let's stop it. That was funny to me though. But she gonna let them use the bathroom. I said, put a little bit of potty potty. That's what my neighbors did. They ain't let nobody go up in their house to piss. They had potty potties out there. Okay, but moving on from that, we get to Karen. Baby, Karen is doing her candle line, okay? She about to get these prototypes. This lady come over, her business partner, whoever she is, and she was like, yeah, I got the prototypes up in the car. Raymond, can you come help get this box? Baby, when Rain came out there, I said, oh, no. I'm looking at the box. I can tell that it's kind of heavy, and I said, Raymond ain't going to be able to make it. Raymond was like, yep. Yeah. Oh my God, what's going on? I said, take the box from him. Okay, y'all at least could have had one end. Okay, y'all two at one end and him at the other end. All right, had him struggling like that. I said, his elbow's about to lock up and his arthritic fingers. Okay, I said, don't do that to Ray like that. Oh, hurry up and get it in the house, okay? I was just scared that his whole body was just gonna lock up. At least have an oil can out there for him. Like be considerate. Be considerate of your husband, Karen. Shit. But at the same time, time, she gets the boxes and she see, the individual prototypes, and she want to give them to the women because, she's all about, women supporting women, and, a lot of the women be inquiring about her business, and she even want to give one to Gizelle. That's fine, because truth be told, when it comes down to when they all have products or whatever to need to be sold or adventures that happen, they do support each other. I'll give them that. So that was fine. And she was like, she don't feel a way about Wendy because she keep on trying to tell us what's the difference between her and Wendy line. The only real difference between her and Wendy line is apparently Karen has been working on hers a lot longer and hers is more thought out. That's basically it. Okay. Other than that, there is no real difference. I don't care if you want to say Wendy got 1 week and you got 3. Girl, y'all both doing candle lines. You just was ahead of the curve. That's all that it is. Meanwhile, we get to Candace and her mama. Dottie gotta go, okay? For some reason, every time I see Dorothy, I feel like her name is really Doretha, okay? It just gives me that old Southern feel like Doretha, okay? But, Aunt Dot gotta go. Dot gotta go at this point. Candace is over her. The music video week is over. You're telling me what I need to do in my house and put this color and make it this accent and all this stuff. No, that's your taste. I want to do it my taste. And at this point, it's really time for you to go. So at this time, Candace take it upon herself, which she should have, to ask what was being said at the video shoot. Wendy told me that, you was up there talking and kikiing with Mia about what's going on in my marriage with what's his face, Chris, basically asking whether or not, he getting paid and he my manager and all this stuff. We was just talking or whatever. It wasn't nothing like malicious or nothing like that, but I don't know what I said. I said, oh, so all of a sudden now you don't know what you said. And truth be told, Wendy, I didn't like the fact that Wendy told her that right away at the video shoot because of the stressfulness that Candace was going through at that particular moment. Now she got to worry about that too. I would have preferred her to wait until like probably the next day or later on that day after everything kind of calmed down and she got through the shoot or whatever. Not hold it in, but still tell her, but just not at that particular moment. Okay. And also would have waited and showed that not just Mia said something, but Robin was kicking and so was Gizelle. Gizelle was truly all up in it too. Okay. But, of course, Candace got a new target. She don't fuck with Mia no more, all right? Them two been going back and forth on social media. I don't even follow neither one of them, and the tweets just be popping up on my timeline and on the blogs, and it is crazy. Why that lady call that lady handsome? That's not that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. Okay, like stop it. We gotta stop doing this. It's a mess, okay, at this point. And speaking of, did y'all listen to her album? I spoke on it in my What It Is. It's cute for what it is, okay? It's better than I thought. The Candace tone of voice, you could tell she needed a little bit more lessons, just a little bit to get it on clear, but for the most part, it's cute. It's a couple of songs on there that I really actually do like that song that she got with Tracy Braxton because, bitch, I was surprised at both of them vocally, okay, because y'all know Tracy is a hit and miss, and I said that before, and it really sounds good, and I actually do like the Drive Back song, okay, it's real catchy to me, but for the most part, it's cute. I've listened to it a couple of times or so just to see if my feelings were accurate or whatever, and I'm being fair, and I ain't got nothing to hate on it. Moving on from it, Chris come up in there and they started talking about the whole thing and what he doing and if he getting paid and all this stuff. Mia should never ask the question to her mama. Dot shouldn't have been spreading the information regardless of who asked her what. You should have more respect for your daughter, and you're showing that you really don't. And then you don't have respect for her husband. We already know that you don't. And he had to put his foot down and say, I ain't never asked Candace for no money. I ain't never asked you for no money. You ain't never paid no bill that had my name on it. You're not paying. Like, the man gotta have a job to pay his child support, because I'm pretty sure he's still on child support, right? Okay, I know Candace ain't paying his child support. Candace, I hope you're not. Okay, so listen, it's just a lot of speculation, and if that's the thing that she want to have in her relationship, where her manager is her husband and he's not getting paid and he's allowing that, let that be. They'll have to figure it out and deal with the consequences of that later, okay? And y'all talking about contracts or whatever, I would have put a contract in place, but like Dot said, as long as it's a prenup in place, y'all do whatever the hell it is that y'all want to do, because that's all she concerned about. Because once this thing go over and y'all done, that's it. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Like, Wendy or whoever it is that said, who is gonna be Giselle's husband? She said, I guess it's gonna be her luggage. Oh God. But I'm gonna miss my luggage. I can't, they can always ship your luggage, you know what I'm saying? Or you gonna miss your flight, or you can just go ahead and they can ship your luggage. That's all I kept thinking. That's all I kept thinking. Now, so we get back into it, and Mia is meeting up with her mother. Okay, they finally going out for ice cream with the kids, and it just warmed my heart to actually see those kids. To see that they actually do have a relationship with the mother. Okay, them all running up to her, grandma. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And Mia talking to her about what her older son has been doing to earn money, and the mama agreeing, and all of this stuff. And basically let me get myself together. The dynamic between the relationship, I glitched for a second, bitch. The dynamic between the relationships between Mia and her sisters, and the fact that the mom and the sister, like she already told us last time, that the mom and the sister is joint at the hip. They like codependent. And Mia, it's natural for her to feel some way. You will feel some way if you grew up one way and yet your younger siblings or older siblings grew up another way, and they getting all the love and attention or whatever that you feel like you did not get when you were younger. And like Mia had to tell her, listen, it's like you feel as though when I had my kids, you didn't want a nanny, or you didn't want to come in and help babysit or whatever, because you felt I had all my stuff together. And just because it seems like I got everything together doesn't mean that I don't need help and I don't want my mom around. All right. Because she's talking about how, she got to do this for her grandkids, for the daughter's kids, and, this and that. And we got to fit it into her schedule and all this stuff. And I would have felt some type of way too. Okay. Let me just say this. I like the fact that they are coming around. And I like the fact that her mother is not being on the defense. She's somewhat listening to her and understanding, or at least making it seem like she understands where she's coming from, and she's not getting angry with her putting her truth out and her feelings out there about how she felt growing up and how she feels now. I respect that, and I like that reaction. But at the same time, Mia, you make me sick sometimes, okay? Because you do stuff that make me be like, girl, what? And then you come with your story like this that get me invested. Like, I like hearing this side about me, like this storyline with her and her mom, and telling us how she was in prison and she's been out of jail for 6 years. She went to the rehab and she's been clean for like 6 or 7 years, and been on the straight and narrow so far. Like, I'm interested, and I like your story, your personal story. But when you be flip-flopping, girl, I be ready to cut your ass out sometime. What the hell is going on? Okay, y'all can't be doing this. Pick that. Pick one way or not, all right? But then again, keep it up, because we need some drama on the show. I don't even know why I put it out there. Moving on from that, we get Wendy. She at her house, and Karen comes over there, and they talking about their respective candle lines. And baby, when Wendy was trying to get that sugar up out the cabinet or whatever, I said, oh, there go the BBL right there. I said, bitch, I see you loud and proud. Okay, blink. But anyway, Karen was like, we in this multi-billion of industry with candles and incense or whatever. You're gonna have two strong black women, powerful black women doing it and all this stuff. Karen trying to ease it up and make it seem like, girl, we gonna be good together. It ain't no shade here or whatever. Wendy tried to make it seem like in the confessionals, it's all to the good. But the way her looks was looking when she was behind that counter and Karen was talking, she was like, okay, girl, if that's what you want to try to sell me, to convince me, to convince yourself, all right, that's what it is. But, a scholar comes over, and I want to hear some more. If I feel like they trying to make and see if a scholar can be like a permanent cast member. And at this point in time, I feel like we should know some more stuff about her, okay? Because I actually am interested in seeing her background. She's Ethiopian, and, we found out that she was an educator for the first 10 years, 14 years or whatever, did you catch when that lady had told Karen, she was like, yeah, and my homegirl Wendy, she's doing the candle line too. And the lady was like, oh, ain't she like a teacher or something? And Karen corrected her a little bit. She was like, no, she's a professor. I said, yeah, it's a difference. They practically the same thing, but get the title right, okay? I'm not just a teacher, I'm a professor. I said, all right. correction. Okay, don't downplay her role. But anyway, so Wendy want to get these bags together, supplies, whatever, to teachers and stuff like that. And I felt that was a good thing, giving back to charity, instead of just having them pay out of pocket, because that does happen. And especially out here in Chicago, it's a lot of teachers that's out here paying out of pocket for supplies, and it's messed up. It is messed up. And they was doing that. Then they started talking about Gizelle's party, whether or not they was going, and the invitation talking about we're gonna see who's haters or not or whatever. And then Karen was like, I think that's what she's expecting. She wants somebody to hate or whatever. And I don't know. And they trying to figure out whether or not this like a business thing. And Wendy even said it's most likely a business thing that they doing. That's why Robin is involved. And Wendy brings up the fact that maybe we should have a trip, okay? We just need to get away. All the stuff that's been going on, we just need to get away. We can bring the husbands. And that's when they was like, so who gonna come? And they was like, do you think Juan coming? No, given past history, no, I don't think Juan is coming, okay? And then who gonna come for Gizelle? Her luggage. Bitch, took me out for a second. Girl, a mess, okay? But hey, it is what it is. She ain't gotta bring nobody. Come on. She could be reasonably single. It's okay. Her and Robin. Okay? Child, Gizelle and Robin, y'all was better off having this event at a field house or something like that. In the park or something. Because all of this goddamn construction, baby, I would have said no. Okay? Because y'all not finna have these people talking about me because my house is still under construction. Okay? And stuff just flying everywhere. Stuff ain't pinned down. You got the kids out there trying to help you. Baby, when one of the twins told Gizelle, Mama, oh my God, chew with your mouth closed. Them girls be giving it to her, even if it's the smallest stuff. It'd be funny to me. But she doing what she got to do. I applaud her for continuing on, because she broke her foot. She broke her toe. She was moving the table around and fell on that. Bitch, that would have took me out. That would have been gave me a reason to cancel. Okay, that would have gave me a reason to cancel. But hey, it is what it is. Robin gets there, of course. That's cool. And then Gizelle actually looked nice, though. I like the pink on her. Oh, bitch, Gizelle. Okay, girl, I'm giving you compliments this episode. She looked decent for her. And, all that mess that was going on in the background, it was very distracting, okay? At one point, it looked like one of the cars got stuck in the grass or whatever. Meanwhile, here comes Ashley. Ashley was just, oh my God, look at the house. I said, girl, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It ain't even, Because from what I'm seeing, I ain't trying to talk about nobody's stuff, even after I just said, I don't get why y'all keep talking, but from what I'm seeing, it ain't nothing to be going, oh my God. No, it's nothing like that, okay? Stop it. Meanwhile, a scholar gets there, and then Mia gets there. Mia said, what the hell is this? You talking about something? This supposed to be a hotel, Gizelle. This look more so like a motel. She said, what, a valet? I said, girl, do you really think she gonna have valet at her house? At her house at this time? No, girl. Walk your ass on over there, okay? Just park the car and walk on over there. Wendy shows up. She was looking confused a little bit. She brought some little Moet for Gizelle and gave everybody hugs and daps and stuff. And, Karen shows up. And she gave Gizelle a present of her La Dame candle line. Robin asked the question that we all was asking, at least I had to ask, when I first heard that Karen was having a candle line in that confessional, when she said, shit, did she hear that Wendy had her candle line, so let me go ahead and push mine on out first? That's what we was thinking. Well, at least me. Okay, I ain't ashamed to say it, but it is what it is. So everybody was doing that. One of them was like, oh my God, you're giving me like Diana Ross with your hair and all that stuff. For real? No, girl, I thought I was giving Beyonce. I said, okay, I can see it. Okay, Moving on. But, I can kind of see what you're trying to say. But other than that, everybody was just trying to get ready and see what's going on. They talking about their vaccinations and stuff like that. And, they start going into business. I was talking business about why they're there. And this is for their podcast and the reason why it came about. From a couple of people, I heard that it's pretty good. I do know that they was on the episode of Michelle Williams from Destiny Child's podcast, probably like 2 weeks ago. They was on the episode. So if y'all want to listen to that, y'all can check that out if y'all fans of them. And if Michelle Williams' podcast is really good too. So, really good interviews and stuff. If y'all want to check that out. It's called Checking In. But also, they start going into details about, Robin is the reasonable one, Gizelle is the shady one. We haven't had no beef or nothing yet, but she did have to talk me off a ledge for a minute because it was an incident that happened earlier. Oh, girl, what happened? Okay, what had happened was she was trying to say that some of the ladies could not use her bathroom, and it was like, which ones? Well, Wendy said, which ones? Who might that be? I said, Wendy, you and Karen. And they was like, what? And I said, yeah, you asked the question, so there go your answer. So, basically, Wendy was like, well, since you wasn't, that's cool that you wasn't gonna put me in your bathroom or whatever. I wasn't coming anyway. I didn't feel like coming. I almost didn't come anyway. And Gizelle gave a reason why she didn't want Wendy and Karen up in the house. She said, Wendy, you was talking stuff about my house. And Wendy was so adamant that she was not talking stuff about her house. And I don't remember if she was. If she did, could y'all point it out and put it in the comments to clear it up? Because like Wendy said, I never talked about your house, okay? I talked about your dressing, okay, and your fashion. But other than that, I never talked about your house, all right? Karen said, for sure, I talked about your house, okay, so I take that. But there was like, she took offense to, it was almost like she took offense to the invitation because it was talking about being shady or whatever, and it was like, well, that's what it's supposed to be. That's why she didn't want to come at first. And I'm like, Wendy, if you didn't want to come, you should have never came. But at the same time, I get it. But at the same time, girl, just go, okay? Or just calm down. Let it go for the right now. But I would have asked questions too. I would have asked questions. Why couldn't come use your bathroom? I would have had a real answer. Bitch, we ain't on that level, so girl, fuck you. That's me, okay? Girl, when Gizelle said, so you can come over here and then y'all can start hating or whatever, and she was like, what is there to hate on? Me hate on this? I said, wow, okay, y'all are doing it. Y'all are doing the most right about now, okay? Like, Wendy, if you felt like you didn't want to come, you shouldn't have came, okay? You shouldn't have subjected yourself to this knowing that you are not 100% cool with everybody or you still going to be feeling away because that's how I am. And most likely she came because she was contractually obligated to. But, at this point, Karen took it upon herself to take Mia to the side and to tell her about the fact that when she was over at Wendy's house, they told her what happened at the video shoot, and that Wendy told Candace about her asking her mama, did she know if Chris was getting paid? Okay, and at this point, I was like, Karen, what are you doing? You could take it as she's just trying to warn her homegirl because Mia is her homegirl, but she would have found out eventually. So hey, it is what it is. Ashley, she confused by what's going on and why Wendy is acting the way that she's acting. And I'm like, just because Gizelle and her somewhat just said we're gonna be cordial for right now or whatever, that don't mean that the air is clear. So of course she's gonna feel away, and unfortunately in that process of feeling away, she's gonna take everything personal, which she truly shouldn't, but it is what it is. That's why I felt like she at one point should just stay home if that was the case, but we needed the drama, so there's that. Bitch, at this point, we forgot that Candace ain't even there yet, okay? Candace not even there yet, and they start playing a game. Either it's going to be reasonable or shady, asking questions that we need to ask amongst our friends. One of the questions was, is it shady to hold a grudge after an apology is given? And so Karen was like, it's reasonable to hold one. And she said, especially depending on the situation and depending on the person, because look at what happened between her and Gizelle. They always get into it. So, of course, I'm going to hold a grudge, even if apology is given. And I understood that because depending on what the situation is, and I can tell when a person is just giving an apology just to shut you up, or if they're giving an apology just because they actually meant it. Now, if I can tell that you mean it, I'm going to let that grudge go. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to drop it or whatever. But if I can tell that you're just doing that to shut me up and just to move on, so we can go talk about something else, yeah, I'm going to hold that grudge. I'm going to hold that grudge. And it's very reasonable to hold a grudge, okay? And y'all already know I'm a grudge holder. Moving on from that, Is it reasonable or shady to talk about your friend when when they're not around? Okay. And Gizelle was like, I mean, just like when I brought up the Eddie situation, I wasn't being shady or whatever. You were. Candace was on Watch What Happened Live, and she even said that she was being shady with that. You know, Candace talk a lot of stuff about Gizelle, but won't tell it to her face. I noticed that. I don't like that. But anyway, you were being shady in that situation. You think that you was being reasonable. Being reasonable would have been coming to her and telling her flat out or letting it go. They was talking about whether or not it was reasonable or shady for Wendy to go to Candace about the video shoot about what was said with Mia and her mom. And that was like, that was shady. She was like, no, it's not. It's reasonable. Because if I have to, if you're talking about your friend behind your back, you're not real friends. And I understand that sentiment. I feel that way too. But what it comes down to, in my opinion, and what I feel like what Gizelle was trying to get out too, is the fact that, and everybody else was trying to get out, yeah, go ahead and tell your friend what was going on, but not at that time, okay? Like I said, when she was going through all the stuff that she was going through, she was already stressed out, and you're adding more to it by telling her, oh, this bitch over there talking about you too. So now she got to worry about that too. Even Mia said that. She was like, well, why don't you, if you don't want to stand in what you said, no, I stand in what I said. But it's just the timing that you said the shit. I said, oh, okay. I said, really? Meanwhile, here come Candace. That montage, that bitch coming down that goddamn driveway looking like, where the hell am I? Am I in the land of Oz? Okay, it was funny to me. And then Karen about to pass out because she don't know if it's the vaccine that's calling her a little droopy droop or whatever. Baby, I said, it's the heat, it's everything, all right? Maybe you should have stayed home too, lady. It was a lot. So Candace finally get up there, and she's in the midst of all of what's been happening, and so they just went on ahead and asked her the question: is it reasonable or shady for somebody to tell them, if a friend is talking about you behind your back? And what Wendy did, and and Robin whole thing was saying what I was saying. It could have caused stress or whatever, but Candace in this moment, just because she don't like Mia or she don't like what was asked, she's basically gonna say that no, I wasn't offended that Wendy asked me that right then and there. And if she felt like I needed to know right then and there, she should have gave it to me right then and there. And I was okay with it. And I'm glad that she did tell me right then and there. I was like, all right, Candace, I'm going to shut my mouth up and I'm going to let it go ahead. And that's how you feel. Okay. But I'm going to still feel how I feel. But, okay, you just want to be mad at Mia. It's understandable. It's understandable, but all right, And she was like, well, since, bitch, we talking about this shit, why you up here talking to my mom about stuff? She was like, listen, first of all, I come to this video shoot. There's no management and there's nobody there to manage or meet me or whatever. And it's like, I told myself I was coming here to support, but I didn't know that I was coming to some low budget stuff or whatever. Bitch, why she say that? Because Candace said your mama is low budget. And oh, hell, everybody was like, that's below the belt, okay? That's below the belt. Bitch, let me tell you something. A scholar is just there for facial expressions and memes, okay? Because the whole time, I said, girl. She was giving us every emoji, bitch. But, yeah. And I said, I mean, like y'all be saying I'm gonna go off of y'all logic, what y'all say in my comments. It doesn't matter if we in the throes of going at it, and you want to come at me, I'm gonna come at you to hurt too. Okay, so in that logic, I didn't see nothing wrong with what Candy said. In my logic, yeah, it was a bit much, but she don't know her mama. Given what Gizelle said, you don't know what's going on with her mama. Well, in an instance, she didn't know what's going on with her mama. Okay, now if she knew what was going on with her mama, I would say, girl, you're doing too much. Candace don't know what the mama history is, so she did what Candace typically does, okay? You come at her, she gonna say some foul shit back at you. And then here comes Ashley. If I was there and nobody, bitch, when Gizelle said under her breath, I mean, it was filmed in the parking lot, so it wasn't high budget. This episode was funny to me. I don't care. Okay. They was doing a lot. All right. And then Ashley, I'm gonna need you to just sit there and listen to what was going on. We didn't ask for your information. We didn't ask for your input or whatever. Well, you did tell us amongst the group that, the whole situation about the finance or whatever. You told us that. And like Candace said, bitch, were you there? No, but I be pissy too. No, bitch, you're pissy at all this stuff. And with your wide-faced ass. I said, come on now, Candace. Come on now, Candace. Lord. Okay. Goddamn. I be trying not to laugh because it's I don't know if y'all want to consider that body shaming, but the shit be funny, okay? And it's not supposed to be, but it's Ashley, and I just don't care. I'm sorry, I just don't care because, bitch, you were not there, so why are you even saying anything? Just shut up, okay? Just shut up. When Karen, not Karen, but Wendy was about to say something, and Mia had put her arm on her shoulder. She said, "Don't touch my shoulder, okay? These shoulder pads ain't here for you." I said, what is going on? It was just a lot of mess for no reason. I said, this didn't have to be. And then they said, okay, let's just move on. And the whole thing of it is, like Candy said, yes, I may have said something to y'all about something, but you do not interject and, straight up off the back, ask questions about my financial stuff or whatever. I'm not the type of person that talk about money, and you are not my friend. You are somebody that I am trying to get to know. So you overstepped the line, which she did because she don't know her like that to be inquiring all this information. And then they asked who else was saying some stuff. Girl, Wendy said, because Gizelle was like, Karen was over there doing some stuff, whatever. Karen was over there, but Karen was not talking about Candace. She stepped away. She was trying to get her mama to stop. But at the same time, Wendy had to call Gizelle out and said, bitch, y'all two was talking to, okay? And Gizelle said, we sure was. And I said, I respect that, okay, because you owned it. Y'all was talking shit, and they was asking questions that y'all needed to be answered that we wanted to answer too, but we ain't want to ask, okay? So, hey, it is what it is. They moved on to the next question was, is it reasonable or shady to call your friend when they drunk to tell them how much you don't like them? Talking about Karen, and everybody was like, Karen was like, it's reasonable, but they was all kikiing at this moment, and they was like, we love drunk Karen, okay? We like when she do the drunk dialing and all that stuff or whatever. Then Gizelle takes it upon herself to say, this is the last question, and I want Robin to ask it. Is it reasonable or shady to be concerned about dramatic changes to a friend's appearance after cheating rumors appear? I said, I get it, what you're trying to do, but why are we asking this and going back down the line when things are not healed yet? Just because we said we're going to move on from it, that does not mean things are healed. So why are we still opening up the womb again? Asking that question was shady, okay? It wasn't reasonable. Asking that question in that moment was shady as fuck. Y'all, the episode was an hour and 15 minutes long. That's why this review long. And bitch, I am cracking up, okay? I don't care. The shit was funny to me. Bitch, let me just say this. Gizelle knew exactly what she was doing with these questions. And like I said, the womb had not been closed. And you opened it back up and you knew exactly what you was doing. And then here comes Robin. Oh, we wasn't talking about you. And, this is not what we asking. And we weren't coming for you. It wasn't malicious. And it is reasonable to ask and all this stuff. And Wendy said, I mean, it'd only be reasonable if it was coming from the same block because it's coming from the same block that said that your ass had an STD. I said, well, shit. What is going on right now? Listen, I don't be reading these blogs, so I ain't never seen none of these rumors. Besides, the only rumor that I heard about the Real Housewives of Potomac is the ones about Jamal. That's it. Everybody else, I ain't heard nothing else about them, okay? So somebody must be digging, or I just ain't looking at the same blogs that they looking at. But baby, they was going in at this point. And of course, Robin had to get up in her feelings, and we was just asking, and we weren't even talking because Wendy said y'all was still talking about me. Y'all was talking about me at Robin's little birthday thing, and of course, since we weren't talking about you, you mentioned her. You mentioned her, whether you was being malicious or not, you were still talking about the subject. You don't need to keep on talking about the subject if the subject ended in Williamsburg. If it ended in Williamsburg, let it the freak go, okay? But I mean, if you want to mention it, yeah, this happened, we made up or whatever, cool. Let it go right there if that's what you want to mention. But then Candace came through and said, y'all spent like 45 minutes talking about the whole subject all over again. So what you talking about? It was Candace that was trying to put the truth out there. Okay, so Wendy ain't crazy. And then you calling her whack or whatever because of the way that she responded and getting upset. And it's like, why are you getting upset? And like Wendy said, if you guys really felt some type of way and felt concerned about me, you have my number. One-on-one would have been fine. None of y'all never called me, okay? And Ashley, you can shut your mouth up too because you never called her either. All this, but this is this and this. Girl, shut up. You ain't even been in the mix. And when you come in the mix, you come in to start some goddamn drama, okay? Go back and I was about to be rude and I'm not going to do that because somebody going to say you shouldn't say that. But I'm going to leave that alone. Okay? It was just stupid, you know what I'm saying? And then it was a scholar that said, first of all, what I said, a scholar family opened up her mouth. Okay, a scholar said, truth be told, I would be offended if you said the same thing, because the question that you asked was offensive. And you cannot ask a question like that and not expect her not to respond the way that she responded. And here comes Mia. Oh, you trying to be the mediator. Look at you. She said, bitch, I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm talking to them about what was said, okay? That's what you need to do. Shut your whole ass up or whatever. And I said, oh, all right. You know, because mind you, Candace called her hoe or something like that. But wait a minute. Somebody said something to hoe. I think Candy said the word hoe at one point too, because then Mia had said, you know, something about people that's calling people hoes is something or whatever, and she was like, oh, so I'm less than too, huh? Because I said somebody was a hoe or whatever. And I said, you know, they was all talking about some projecting and projecting, you're projecting and all this stuff. That's what Candace was saying and everybody else, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, the question shouldn't have been said. Gizelle knew what she was doing. Granted, I know it's called reasonably shady. You was being shady on purpose, and I just want you to admit that, okay? You knew that it was going to have this reaction. Y'all not healed from that stuff. At least Wendy not, and you knew that. And, you know, Karen over there fading out, okay? She can't even say the word vaccinated right, all right? She just going in and out. At this point, she trying to break up the monotony of what's going on, and she was like, is you inviting the girls to the trip? And... Wendy said, no, you ain't out me on nothing. This cool. I'm gonna invite everybody. It's gonna be a couple's trip. You know, we gonna bring the husband, since some of y'all can't keep our husband names out your mouth. Karen, did she say keep the husbands in the mouth or whatever? Ashley, keep the husband's names out the mouth, okay? Okay. I said, Karen, get it together, ma'am. Get it together. Go home, bitch. And then Gizelle gonna tell Wendy she can go home. I said, no. You out here disrespecting her house. Karen said, now see, this is what I'm talking about. We are outside in a driveway in the public property, okay? We ain't even inside your home. Fuck is going on? Y'all are not doing this to me. But when Wendy started saying, okay, well, this is a couple's trip, okay? You know, Mia, you can bring Gordon, okay? Even though, whatever, Chris can come, Candace, okay? You know, Eddie will be there. You can bring Ray, Robin, you can bring, and then Gizelle, you can bring your luggage. Robin got so offended when she said, and then you can bring your luggage, bitch. She got so offended that she did not say one. She was like, it's for letting me know that she don't like my relationship and she disrespecting my relationship. If you hate me, that's fine or whatever. But, you know, that's just letting me know how you truly felt. Bitch, you just said all of that and she gonna respect you after that? Come on, okay? And then when she said luggage to Gizelle, well, they can always send your luggage. These people, y'all are funny to me tonight. Girl, get over it. So after all of that, you know, of course they in their feelings because of what Wendy said, and Gizelle like, okay, cool, you good, you can go. And I'm sitting here like, I mean, the party is practically over now, okay? If Kim was like, listen, I gotta go, okay? I'm fading. I have to get the hell up out of here. Mia finna go, and Candace and everybody else finna go up there and look at her closet. Bitch, when the scholar was trying to walk down that graveled ass, cobblestone ass walkway in them hills, she said, you know what? On second thought, send me a video because this ain't gonna work. When you get doors and you get some real steps on here, then maybe we'll do this again, okay? They get up in there. Of course, Candace, she being nice and was like, oh, the powder room, we got texture. Oh, this, do they be looking at you while you be changing and all this stuff? And then here they go. We can't get the hell up out of here, okay? Somebody tell Candace because she blocked us in to come get her car. So Robin had called, and Candace gave the keys to Grace. I said, are we sure that you want to do that? All right. Grace was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this. Grace came out there and said, Robin, get in the car with me. Okay. I said, please, no, Robin, you just bag that bitch out. Okay. Because I don't want this girl messing up her car. She ain't ready. Grace did good for what she could, but I was looking at the way that she was about to bust the hubcaps off that goddamn car. And come to find out she did trip her hubcap. Girl, it was funny. It was for the rims on her car, I should say. It was funny. But they got up out of there because Wendy said, bitch, if I stay here anymore, I'm going to be miserable just like Gizelle. I said, I mean, Wendy, are you sure you're not? Anyway, it was cute. That was the episode. Nothing more, nothing less. It is what it is. Bitch, it was funny. I don't care. Y'all tell me how y'all feel and I'll see y'all later. Peace.